California's Democratic and Republican leaders failing again to agree on a plan to deal with a nearly, this is even hard to say, $26 billion budget deficit. Jane Wells has more on this state of crisis, and you're close to it out there, Jane.
Well, yeah, I am, Joe. The governor met with legislative leaders yesterday. It's not clear, though, if they're any closer to a deal. Earlier, there was new optimism that a solution was close, but we've seen such optimism come and go before. This is the first IOUs. This is what they look like, guys. They're also known as registered warrants. They're flying off the printing press at the state comptroller's office. Most banks will only cash them through Thursday. So if you don't cash them before then, or if you get an IOU issued after that, too bad, till October 2nd. Democrats who predominate in the legislature are now backing off from raising taxes on cigarettes and oil, which was a deal killer for the governor. The governor, meantime, is reconsidering the size of cuts to education, which was important to Democrats, which begs the question, with no taxes and fewer cuts, how are they going to close a $26 billion budget gap? One issue the Sacramento Bee says may be back on the table is forcing local governments to lend the state $2 billion, money those entities don't have. But the longer there's no solution, the more IOUs go out, more than $3 billion of them this month if it goes on that long.
We're having to issue IOUs to businesses that have contracts with state agencies and departments for products and services. We're having to issue them to the Student Aid Commission in lieu of Cal grants that go out to college students to pay for their tuition and books.
Basically, thousands of people left out in the cold. The state needs to issue IOUs to some to conserve cash to pay others, because it has to pay for education, debt payments, and payroll, though most state employees are now being forced to take off a third unpaid day a month. According to the LA Times, the governor is open to the idea of televising closed-door budget negotiations like a reality show so that voters can see what really goes on. Can those officials be voted off the island? And by the way, guys, I know a private contractor who supplies state prisons, and he says the prisons he works most closely with tell him their credit cards have been yanked, and they don't know how they're going to buy supplies. Back to you.
Yikes.
Jane, this is just unbelievable, the idea of these IOUs going out. What happens next?
Well, you know, they did issue IOUs for 2 months in 1992. This isn't the first time it's happened. Who knows how long? They say they're close, but the longer this goes on, the more IOUs are going to have to go out. And even though they're redeemable October 2nd, that is assuming the state has money by then to pay them. I mean, if this goes on all summer, I really don't know. I really can't predict what will happen.
Is California, I know to this point, Schwarzenegger has said he doesn't want to reach out to the federal government to ask for a bailout, but is that something that could resurface?
Well, it could resurface. The federal government has made it very clear it has no intention of helping California. At least it has said that so far. I mean, if you help California, then you got 49 other states lining up, and people are still angry many quarters with the federal government for bailing out companies like AIG and the auto industry. They may really be angry. Do you guys want to bail me out? Want to give me a few $billion?
Get back to us on that when it gets really serious. When it gets really serious out there, let us.
It's only the seventh biggest economy, Jane?
Yeah, you guys keep talking. You're going to work this out. I feel
seventh biggest economy in the world.
I know. I'm sure you guys can handle this. Can't you cut some?
I think we need to televise it and then make it pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
You should have been saving in the flush times, Jane. I mean, I hate to say that to you.
That's what I did.
But,
no. Personally, I'm in great shape, Joe. But the state takes enough of my money. I would prefer not to give it any more.
That's another problem. No one wants to live there if you're giving too much to the state, right? But your air's getting cleaner, or how's that working for you? Is that okay? Carbon is toxic out there, right?
I have never been healthier. I challenge you to a race any day of the week, young man.
Ooh.
Wow. It's fighting
financially, health-wise, the weather's great.
Traffic's nice.
It's wonderful out here.
All right.
In-N-Out burgers.
Good tofu.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, boy. All right. Thank you, Jane Wells. It's always fun.